esta manhã no Porto da Praia uma embarcação clandestina com 10 passageiros da costa africana e um inglês. Os imigrantes dizem que apenas acompanharam o europeu, que diz ser um aventureiro e que não pretendem ficar no país.
On n'est pas là pour vivre.
Nós não viemos para cá ficar. O inglês pediu-nos para acompanhá-lo, mas depois regressamos ao Senegal. Não viemos aqui para viver.
On vient ici parce que lui.
I hired these fishermen to come and bring me over here, and everyone said, yeah, I'll be fine.
Os 11 imigrantes já foram encaminhados à esquadra de Eugênio Lima para prestarem esclarecimento às autoridades.
Well, welcome back. You've just had a week off from me because I've been in jail.
Os 11 imigrantes clandestinos que atracaram no Porto da Praia na semana passada foram soltos ontem à tarde depois de um pedido de habeas corpus pela advogada do grupo.
A pessoa que entra ilegal em Cabo Verde tem 48 horas para ser apresentada a um juiz para decidir, primeiro, se a detenção é legal ou ilegal, sendo ilegal, para-se imediatamente fazer o processo administrativo.
Interesting week. So now I'm in Praia, in the capital of Cape Verde. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to tell you the whole story of what happened when I arrived here in Cape Verde last week. We arrived on the Wednesday the 3rd of June. We came into the port here. This is me and the 10 Senegalese fishermen who were on the pirogue, the boat. We immediately got shepherded over to the port. We moored up and we were surrounded by armed policemen who then ordered us all off the boat and shunted us into minibuses. They then took us down to the police station, and without telling me what I was charged with, they took everything off me. They took my bag, they took my passport, they took my money, they took the camera, obviously, and they threw us down into the cells, and basically they left us there for 6 days. The cell I was kept in was about 10 foot by 10 foot, and there was 11 of us crammed in there. The toilet was just a hole in the floor, in the corner. It stank. I was given no lawyer, no phone call to my family or friends to tell them I was still alive. I was given no habeas corpus. I wasn't presented before a judge. They wouldn't let me have my malaria medication. Quite what they were thinking by doing all this to me, I have no idea. The first day I spent just going nuts, saying, let me use the phone, this is unfair, this is against the Geneva Convention. The second day I went a little bit more nuts, and just saying this stuff, I was shouting it. But the third day I was going ballistic, screaming all day, banging on the cell, let me make a phone call, let me make a phone call. I've got to say the Senegalese fishermen were very tolerant of this behaviour, and also the fact that, because of me they've been locked up for so long. On the Saturday I did actually manage to get hold of a mobile phone. I'm not going to say how I got hold of a mobile phone, but it wasn't through the official channels. I sent a text message to my brother Mike in the UK, and then sat back and waited for stuff to happen. My parents, my lawyer, the embassy staff all flew into action, but the police still wouldn't let me use the phone. Even though people were ringing in, the police still wouldn't let me speak to them. On the Sunday they finally relented and let me go and talk to the assistant to the consulate here in Cape Verde, the British consulate. And once they'd let me talk to them, I was able to talk to my parents, I was able to talk to my friends, and what I did was I got them to ring other people and tell them to ring me, just to keep me out of the cells for a few hours, just being on the phone. So I was hoping to get out on the Sunday night, but they kept me in there, so that's 5 nights staying in this tiny little cell. Okay, they fed us and they gave us water, but it was pretty barbaric. I mean, not just the conditions we were kept in, we were sleeping on the floor, there was no bed or anything like that, we weren't given showers or a change of clothes or anything. And also they kept bringing people in, and if they'd been done for stealing, they'll hit them with sticks. They had like hitting sticks. And we'd only been there for about a couple of hours on the Wednesday when they had a teenage girl, she must have been about 16, and there were 2 police officers, a man and a woman, beating 7 shades of shit out of this poor girl, one with a hose and the other one with a stick. It was like life on Mars, it was something you might have seen in Britain in the 70s. On the Monday, we went to court, and I still hadn't been allowed to make a phone call out, but my father had sorted me out with a lawyer, Maria, who met me at the courthouse. And we went in front of the judge, and the judge asked us all the questions, and it wasn't even a case of me arriving illegally or me arriving on a pirogue or me arriving with, you know, whatever. It was just about habeas corpus. It was about the fact that the police had broken the law by not informing anyone they had arrested me for not 24 hours, which is the rule, not 48 hours, which is the extenuating rule if I'm a terrorist or something, for 6 days. And they threw the case out, and they said you're free to go. The fishermen stayed in the hotel room on Monday night, and they were flown out on Tuesday morning. I could have been flown out too, but I'm staying true to the cause of the Odyssey, and I'm going to get a boat back. I'm having to wait a week for it, but I'm still getting a boat back to Africa, the mainland. The Senegalese fishermen are now back in Dakar. They don't have their GPS, and they obviously don't have their boat. I'm having to sort out shipping their boat back. They wouldn't let us go back on the boat for some bizarre reason, and I've spent the large majority of this week trying to get my kit back, trying to get my my passport back, and trying to arrange a way out of here. And the authorities have been nothing but stubborn and unhelpful, and they still think I'm a people smuggler. I'm the only people smuggler in the history of the world to not only pay the people he's smuggling, not only that, but I sent a fax to the authorities here informing them that I was going to turn up. And on top of that, I turn up in broad daylight in the biggest port in the country, waving my hat, saying, "Hi guys, where do you want me to park the boat?" I mean, where's the people smuggler ever? You know, but every cloud's got a silver lining. We've got a load of publicity out of this, which hopefully will translate into funds for WaterAid, the charity that I'm travelling to raise awareness and funds for. The guys who have been helping me this week, especially a guy called Piran, who's from Sheffield, have just been absolutely fantastic. I should be back in Dakar Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and from then it's on with the adventure. I'm not stopping. This isn't going to stop me, but it has not put me behind schedule, and I think this isn't going to be a case of going to every country in the world. I think it's going to be going to the most countries in the world without flying, although in hindsight I probably should have skipped out all the islands.